And we are good to go. We are good to go. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Hello, 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 hello. It is HP again and Coach Minzy from Coach's Desk, and of course myself from HP Chat Track. And we're here tonight to talk about the relays. Welcome wherever you're coming from, whichever continent you're coming from, because I realize that we have viewers from all over the world as far as Asia. So Asia, welcome. Europe, welcome. So I was going to say South Africa, Africa, welcome. North America, South America, Oceanic, and Antarctic, welcome, welcome to another night, and already everybody rolling in because it's all about the relays, the relays, the relays. Coach Minzy, what say you? Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Welcome to all the viewers and subscribers on both platforms. We're here to dive into the relays, and I know people love that part of it here, but I encourage you to subscribe to both channels, like the video, share it, tell a friend to tell a friend about us as we kick off the ball rolling. Understand? Big up everybody in that place. Buenos tardes, Uncle Jeff. Big up yourself.
Welcome, welcome indeed, everyone. And already I'm seeing some familiar faces. Welcome from both platforms. And we're here to have fun. And we also want you to think about your relay lineup. Of course, we're going to give you the names. The first thing we're going to kick off with is that we're going to give you the names for each relay. And guess what? Jamaica is in all five relays. Yes, at the beginning of the season, we had some drama where we were only automatically qualified for two at the World Relays. But at the end of the day, we got the job done and we're in all five relays in Japan, Tokyo, coming up this week. And guess what, guys? I don't know about you guys, but I'm super excited. The championship starts in 5 days. And of course, we're going to give you guys some information. So before we go any further, Coach Minzy, do you want me to start with the lineup for the relays, or how do you want to kick it off?
Yeah, man, you can't go that route.
Okay, okay, alrighty, guys. So we are just going to give you the name of the athlete and who is in which relay. So when you're setting up your relay team, you will know who these people are. So to kick things off, first, the mixed relay, guys. This is the mixed relay, and the mixed relay was just introduced to championship just a few years ago, not so long ago. All right, already I'm seeing some predictions here. The Irwin Brown, you're not being cool right now. But anyway, the mixed relay for women, we have Leah Anderson, we have Shaquina Foot, we have Renisha McGregor, and for the men, we have Bobel McPherson, Zandrian Barnes, and Joshana Dennis. And this is the mixed relay. And the mixed relay is one of the first final on the track. It is on day one. Day one, they get the mixed relay out of the way. Next, now we have the women's 4x4, and these are the ladies that will be representing Jamaica in the 4x400 meter relay. We have Leah Anderson, Shaquina Foot again, Ronisha McGregor, Dejani Oakley, Nikisha Price, and Stacey Williams. For the men, we have Zandrian Barnes, Shoshana Dennis, Delano Kennedy, Rashid McDonald, Javon Powell, and the defending champion himself, Antonio Watson. Now, for the women's 4x1, we have Tina Clayton, we have Sharika Jackson, Shelly and Fraser Price, Tia Clayton, Jodine Williams, and Janelle Smith, who just recently won the NACAC 100 meters. For the men, we have Oblique Seville, Kishane Thompson, Akeem Blake, Ryan Ford, Kadrian Golson, and Rohan Watson. And I'm sure I can just imagine what is going through your through some of your mind right now because you don't see a certain name on the list for the 4x1, but we are going to also talk about that. So before I read the rules for you guys, I'm just going to just ask Coach Minzy, what are your thoughts so far on the lineup for all five relays?
Um, I don't think all the relay teams are as strong as we would like. However, they are creditable teams.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be difficult for us to actually get a gold in one of those relays. The best bet, possibly, and I put an asterisk there, is the female and possibly the men if a Brian level is inserted in that. But all in all, not the best teams where relays are concerned. And I have to be factual and truthful to the fans out there and to myself, of course, that we have a chance because we're there. But to say that we are the overwhelming favorite in all of these relays, then nah. We can probably medal in a few, but gold, mm-mm, I wouldn't say so.
I see where you're coming from, and believe me, I do understand. But before we go any further, let us just look at some of the rules because I like it when we fans understand the rule. Okay, let's go with the rules, guys. It says athletes must compete in the national championship unless the J3A has granted an exemption. No, an exemption if you're not able to run, maybe you're injured. Most times, the exemption is for someone who is injured, and you have to be in the top. It's not just any and anybody can get this exemption. You have to be ranked very, very high in the event. So that's the first one. Second rule is athletes placed in the first three positions in the 100 and the 400, this was recently changed from four, will be named in the relay pool. So they'll be named in the relay pool. Doesn't necessarily mean they have to run, but they must be in the relay pool. The third one is the J3A selection committee will select the remaining members of the relay pool as mandated by World Athletics. Athletes who are selected to run individual 100 and 400 are automatic members of the relay pool. Number four, it is a condition for selection that the athletes selected for the relay pool must, these are not my words, must be available when required for relay practice. Athletes who fail to make themselves available may not be allowed to participate in competition. I don't know how much we uphold this rule, but that's one of
Exactly.
that's one of the rules. Number five is only the general secretary of the J3 or someone designated by the president can make official entry for Team Jamaica. The team has relay coaches. The team has relay coaches. Please note the technical leader only intervenes if there is an issue that cannot be rectified by the relay coaches. So to summarize, guys, the only athletes who are sure to be a part of the relay pool are the top people, the top three in the 100 and the 400 meters at the trials, unless you are exempted. The other athletes are selected based on their ability to run a leg, their current form, and availability for practice. So I want to get the rules out there so we can understand the rules. So if we see certain selection, just go back to the rules and ask the question, are they applying the rules? Your thoughts, coach?
I mean, not all sections of the rules have been enforced,
Yeah.
and we know for certain
Mm-hmm.
reasons it can't be.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, or I believe that, mm, certain certain rules. I mean, if you write rules, you should go by the rules, right? That's what I believe in. I don't want you to write the rules and then you are the ones who break the rules, and then you expect the athletes or the management of other the athletes, the clubs, are to uphold or follow them. But um, yeah, rules are there. I guess
Yeah.
we have not been following these rules for quite some time, but some of the rules, most of the rules, they have been upheld. The one that they adjusted to was the four four athletes being a part of the relay pool.
Mm-hmm.
That came about because of the debacle that we learned about that transpired, and they made that adjustment to the rule. But I mean, neither here or there for me. I just want the athletes go out there and pretty much just go deal with the thing. For notation too, you just read the rules. Also, what we have learned is that Michael Freighter is in charge of the male 4x1. That's
Mm-hmm.
what we heard the last time. Paul Francis is responsible for the females,
Mm-hmm.
and the 4x4, I think Bertland
Mm-hmm.
Cameron is responsible for the 4x4. And I guess that comes along with the mixed relay as well, because it's a
Mm-hmm.
4x4.
He and Elliot. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I agree with you, coach, that the rules are there, and sometimes we might not go according to the rules, but for the most part we've seen where the rules are applied. And one of the reasons why I wanted us to talk a little bit about the rules and share it is because many fans are not aware of the rules and how teams are selected. And the part of the rule that I like more than anything else is the part that says, and I read it again, it says the other athletes are selected based on their ability to run a leg, their current form, and availability for practice. Because I've been asking for years, what are the criteria to select the remaining members of the relay team? And of course, Coach Maurice Wilson broke it down, and so now it is a lot clearer now how the other members are selected, because you can finish fifth, but the person who is sixth or seventh, maybe their current form is way ahead of you. They're available for practice, and of course they run a very good relay leg. So I have to thank Coach Wilson for breaking down these rules so that they can be clearer to us. And the coaches who are assigned relay duties, the technical director doesn't get involved. So whichever team is going to go out there for the men, it is going to be on Michael Freighter based on what the rules is saying. So now let us look at the first relay. We're starting with the mixed relay all the way to the men's 4x1. So it's the mixed relay, women 4x4, men's 4x4, women 4x1, and we climax with the men's 4x1. So the mixed relay, we have not really taken this relay seriously over the years, coach.
Yeah, I think from a Jamaican standpoint, we probably would look at this relay as a novelty relay, right? So I think that's why we have not taken it seriously, whereas we have seen other countries using some of their top athletes. Some I think Coach Wilson indicated that that could be as a result of the numbers that they might have on those teams, that they'll insert a top athlete in that one. But nonetheless, we have never taken it seriously, I believe, again, because of what is happening now, where athletes believe that, uh, the relays is not what gets them contract. But I would say a gold medal in a mixed relay at a world championship or an Olympic game is still a gold medal for me. So, in terms of not taking it seriously, I hope that they will go out there. And when we say not taking it serious, I don't think the athletes who run it really take. They are the ones not taking it serious because they are selected. They have to go out there and perform. I more so think it's on the part of the selectors who selecting the team. But then again, we still have to look on the fact that sometimes athletes are selected and they don't show interest in that particular event. So there are a lot of variables that might be indicative to us not taking this relay serious. But it's a relay nonetheless. It's a 4x4. You understand? So I don't know why we don't take it serious. I wish we start to take it serious and do what we need to do. You understand? Because we have some top countries in the world where this event is concerned. I mean, I tell you, it's a pretty decent crop of athletes that will be going up against. I mean, Poland, they're on top of the pile in terms of the time. You have the USA as well. USA is always deep when it comes on to 4x4. They can pull on a whole lot of athletes because their 400 program is one that is second to none. The US has always dominated 4x4. And since the mixed relay, they have been right in there as well in terms of the medals. Italy is one of those teams that can cause problems. Great Britain. Great Britain has shown us, the fans, that, they can put together good relays and they have been competitive in all the relays. And when I say competitive, it is clear that they are more than competitive because they have been winning medals in several of these relays. You have Spain. We are
You
currently in
have the
sixth.
Netherlands. You have the Netherlands also.
Yes. So, I mean, there are a lot of teams we can look at where this relay is concerned. But to say Jamaica is going to win, can we spring an upset? I would say it depending on who we use as a part of the relay. Now, just to clarify before we reach a 4x1, if the teams, if there's a relay pool that was selected, right? Once another athlete is registered to the team, the general team list, they can take anybody from the team to run any of the relays. So
Correct.
not because you're in the pool that means you're going to run, or not because you're not in the pool that means you're not going to run. That is far from the truth. So I just wanted to add that.
That is correct. And I'm going to go back to something quickly that you said, Coach. I've been hearing this argument that relay medals are not what the athlete's contract is based on. But when you look back at Usain Bolt's career, Usain Bolt, you cannot total his medals without his relay medals. Usain Bolt have about 12, between 12 and maybe 14, 15 world championship medals. And when we talk about how many medals he has, there's no separation. When you talk about Alison Felix being one of the most decorated athletes in track and field, the medals are not separated. They'll say Alison have 15 Olympic medals, just throwing out some numbers, or 10 Olympic medals. So the relay medals are just as important to your legacy when you're counting your medals, when you're going to negotiate a contract. So I don't know why is it that I keep hearing the discussion that relay medal is not what give you a contract. If you have an Olympic gold medal in the 4x1, you have some earning powers there. I think I would want to think that you have some earning powers there. So I think we need to some of the athletes need to think about the relay a little bit more seriously because all right, let us talk about Asafa Powell and Justin, not Justin Gaston, Asafa Powell and Tyson Gay. They are two of the best sprinters we've seen in the 21st century, and their only Olympic medal is relay medal. Tyson Gay has one Olympic medal. and it is a relay medal from 2012. Asaka Powell, the same thing. His Olympic medal, but he's still an Olympic champion. Relay medals. So I think as a country, as our athletes, we need to find a way to balance our individual event along with the relay event.
I think so because where where Jamaica is coming from, sports day, we're used to having sports day, and the relays are normally the highlight of the sports. Champs, relays, highlight of champs, right?
Hmm.
So for us to not, taking not be taking these events serious, it is kind of a different wavelength that we're actually going into, and it doesn't look good at all. But I hope that these athletes will go out there, put their best foot forward, and try as best as possible to secure at least a medal, not just to compete.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yep, I totally agree. I think it will help. It will help with your earning powers. I think it gives you earning powers. That's what I think. So I don't know. So this will be our mixed relay team: Leah Anderson, Shaquina Foot, Renisha McGregor, Zandrian Barnes, Bovel McPherson, Joshana Dennis. We are going as the number 16 team in the quota. Number 16. 16 out of 16. Jamaica is 16 out of
Yeah,
16.
so we'll be able to scrape through. But when
Right.
you look at
The
times,
ranking, yes,
yeah, we
yes,
are at number 6 in
yes.
terms of times,
That's
based on the
correct.
times that we did so far this
Mhm.
year.
Yes.
So I think if we put together a decent team, I think we might can, possibly finish, because Leah is a good 4x4 prospect.
Mm-hmm.
Zandrian Barnes has showed his mettle. Bovel
Yes.
and Joshana Dennis, they can do their thing. So one out of those two. Then you have the tough part is the second female. That
Ranisha
that
and Shaquina Foot.
that is the tough part for me. Who to select in that second female? That is where I have a concern. But I mean,
Yeah.
if we put it together, get a
Mm-hmm.
good lead off, I think we can put ourselves in a probably a bronze medal position. It's gonna be difficult though,
Mm-hmm.
but all in all, this mixed relay team not the strongest,
Right. It's
not the
not.
strongest.
It's not. And the thing is that we cannot use any of our quarter milers who are going to be doing the individual event because the 400 meter for men and women is on day two.
We can, that could be a run out for one of them. It's just one round they're running, But the problem is that
Hmm.
will they avail themselves? That
I
is it,
don't. I don't know. I don't think so.
Because if we really want, if they really want a medal,
I see where you're going. I see where you're
if they
going.
really want a medal, just get the big guns, quote unquote big guns, them that are going to run the individual and try to get a medal there. So,
Yeah.
but again, as we know, you can't force the senior athletes and tell them what
Hmm.
to do.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let us now move down to the women's 4x4. The women's 4x4 again. We barely scraped through. Barely 16 out of 16. Number 16 out of 16. We did not show up at the World Relay, so we went in very, very late, way down on the list. Again, this team has Leah Anderson, Shaquina Foot, Ronisha McGregor, Dejanay Oakley, Nikisha Price, Stacey, and Williams. And the latter ladies will be running as I just said before, the opening round of the 400 meters on day two. Your thoughts on our 4x4 um, prospect for the women because we're not even ranked. I could not even find where we're ranked.
Now we're not. Remember, we scraped through again in this
Yeah.
event,
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
16th, and we were on. I think there was a team that ran. It was it the Zurich or Lausanne Diamond League
Hmm.
that could have upstaged us, but that didn't happen. So we scraped through again by ranking. That's how the women's 4x4, because we weren't able to produce the time that was needed to get us in a safe zone, so to speak. But we still ended up making it. But the 4x4 with Nikisha and Stacy, I mean, Leah Anderson
And Dejanay.
and Oakley. Ah, whew. Again, we're in problems where that team is concerned.
Mhm.
I, it
But let me share something, Coach. We have had a rich history, rich legacy in
yeah.
this event because in this era, in the 21st century, we've had 12 world championships up to 2023 from 2001. Out of the 12, Jamaica medaled 10 times in this event. We did not medal 2013 and 2017. So we know how to get on the podium in this event. Can we use that as a motivation to be on the podium again in 2025?
I mean, those ladies would have to run out of their skins, to be honest. Especially to beat a US team.
Yes.
Um, they really have to run out of their skins and strategically put something in place. But with how the US team is, that team, I don't think it can lose. Cannot lose. So we have to be realistic. Good quartet we have there. They'll just have to go out there and fight themselves on that podium. Which which in itself, you have some killer teams out there.
Hmm. The
the,
Netherlands again.
the Dutch team,
Yes. The
yes,
Spanish team,
the
Spain.
Spain team, they are not a
Hmm.
bad team as well.
Hmm.
Um, so I think it's a possibility that we might squeeze onto the podium. But like I said, we have to rely on history. And if we have to rely on history, then that means we in problems.
Yeah. I hope we can do it though because this event is like one of our favorite as it relates to when you look back at history, as I said. And I didn't even go back in the 90s and the 80s. I just started in this era from 2001. We've been on the podium 10 times out of 12, and to me that is outstanding. That is just brilliant. The 400-meter final. Listen to this now, coach. The 400-meter final will be on day 6, and the heats of the relay will be on day 8. Can we put our, what do you think about us putting our strongest team out there to qualify and then come back on day 9 to get on that podium? Because they're running the final on day 6, the heats is on day 8, and the final is on day 9. And nowadays, you cannot put a team out there to qualify. That don't work. That don't work anymore. You have to be putting a competitive, strong team based on how the rest of the world has caught up as it relates to the relay.
I just see something. You see the person that is impersonating Coach Minze. Please, this is from doing that now. The
Oh,
person
wow.
who has my photo up created a profile and using my photo. Just take it down, man. You can't use any other thing, man. Don't use my photo. Don't use my photo. Please and thanks. All right? Yeah, what you did say now?
Yeah, I was saying that the women's 400 meter will be the final will be on day 6. The heats of the relay 4x4 relay will be on day 8, and the final will be on day 9. How can we protect ourselves by putting a strong team out there to ensure that they qualified to come back? Because gone are the days when we could just use our alternates and with Jamaica qualify easy. The rest of the world has caught up in such a way that they have become very dominant. What do you think about this? Will these women make themselves available 2 days after the final to run the heats and then come back to run the final?
And that is the 400-meter final would be on day 6, right?
Right, yes.
And how many of those ladies will be making the finals?
Good question.
If we're looking into it, possibly Stacy and Nikisha will be making the finals. Yeah. So with that being said, of course, I think 2 days rest is adequate enough for them to come and run in the heat. But again, it's depending on what the coaches will do in that scenario, and also how these ladies want to proceed in terms of running the road. I would do it that way too, because you're finished with your individual event. Let's move forward, because if we really need to get a medal or make it to the final, we have to stack it from early.
Mm-hmm.
And based on who we have, them have to use them people there. So yes, them have to go run.
I think so too because we have 6 women down there and 3 will be in the 400 meters. So we um, Coach Bert Cameron and Mr. Elliott. I think Elliott is in charge of the women's team. Have their work cut out for them. And again, it depends on who will. But this is championship, and I think everybody wants to run. Everybody wants to be
Mm-hmm.
involved. So I don't think we should have. Such a big problem. Again, we're going in as the number 16 team. We're ranked number 16 in the quota. 16 teams, and Jamaica is number 16. So we have our work cut out for us there. You want to take some comments? And then we go into the men's 4x4.
All right, let me take some comment.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so boy, Monta something to say. All right, let's hear from Nick Pommels. All of those women that run in the qualifiers for the 4x4 did not make the top 3 at the Jamaica Championship. They are going to run well, as a matter of fact. Great. A Forbes is saying them have to go run out them soul case. A long time they hear
Yeah.
that term there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Charm Green said if Femke Ball can do it in the mixed relay for her country, some of the 400 hurdlers can do it too. Again, that might be bordering on issues. Onika Green, I don't normally respond to you, but you are badgering now. Stop it. I guess that is Rich Poor. Um, can we make the finals in both of these events? Which event you're referring to? The 4x4? It's gonna be difficult, trust me. With how the 400-meter athletes are running right now. To me, I don't think we have the depth. And that is an issue for us. We don't have the depth. And with how our 400-meter has been going this season, it is quite alarming. Remember, 2 of the persons who actually are on the individual team, which is the national champion Kennedy, they have gone 49.8, still miss out on the automatic qualifier, and one has gone 44.9. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
one has gone 44.9. One has the champion, national champion, has gone 44.8, and both of them missed out on the uh
Qualifying mark.
automatical qualifying standard. So
Mm-hmm.
our 400 is, we're really struggling, to be honest.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, when we look at the men, and just to give them the names again for the men's 4x4, Zandrian Barnes is there, Joshua Dennis, Delana Kennedy, Rasheen McDonald, Javon Powell, Antonio Watson. And remember, guys, they can bring in people from other events to run on the relay. Once they're on the team, they can use anybody. A matter of fact, they could even use Frederick Dakers for a leg of the 4x4 if they want to, based on how the rule is set up. So when we look at the hurdles, we have Roshan Clark there, who is doing well. We have
Mm-hmm.
Asini Wilson has been looking good all season.
They could add
Also,
him.
yeah, they could even, they could add him. Also, there's Malik James King. So there are people that they can actually bring in if they want to say, okay, the 400-meter final is too close to the relay rounds. But on my 4x4 team in the final, I would not leave out Zandrian Barnes. Zandrian Barnes to me is one of the most fearless 4x4 runner right now that I've seen. He's fearless and he has a fighting spirit.
And you talk about that because you have sometimes when athletes have a different, some athletes have a different aura when they
Yes,
have the stick in their hand.
yes,
And yes, you could allude to the fact that Danjan Barnes is one of those individuals. Whenever he
mhm,
has a baton in his hand, he's a different,
yeah,
different
yeah.
type of athlete. So yeah, he has always run fearless for Jamaica.
Mm-hmm,
Would have been the one that I believe would have taken over the reins of a Javon Francis, Mr. Reliable.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I put it to you, if they call him for the 4x4 mixed and the 4x4 men, him a go ready. Me feel.
Yes. Yeah, I think he will be ready. And the thing is that the mixed 4x4 is day one and the 4x4 is day eight. So he would have a whole lot of time to rest after running on day one. He would have days to just relax and train and chill and whatever
Yeah.
to come back day eight to get the team qualified and also come back in the final. Who would you use to start this relay though?
4x4.
Yes, the men's 4x4. Who would be your
Yo, yo.
Tuffy Rudy is saying Chris Taylor could run a very good leg. I agree with you because when we won, I think we won silver in Eugene. It was silver or bronze. And Christopher Taylor was on that team with Akeem Bloomfield and I think Nathan Allen and company. So yes, Christopher Taylor could also be called for 4x4 duties.
hmm I think
Hmm.
I'd give Lucky the start. That's Delano Kennedy.
Hmm.
I would give him the start.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I would
Okay.
give him the start in this one.
And I
Uh,
was thinking that I would give McDonald the start.
I was thinking of him too, but McDonald has struggled for us when he does the lead off. I think that man needs a running start.
He did the lead off at, was it the World Relay, and he ran a brilliant first leg. I think it was at the World Relay that he if it wasn't the World Relay, it was in, yeah, it was a World Relay. Yeah, I think in the
Brilliant
final.
leg.
I think in the final, yeah, he started that relay, and you can go back and watch. He compared to how he would run in the middle. He did well on the first leg. Can anybody? Okay, Tuffy is saying to put Big Boy on the third leg. I don't know. I think I would get a better leg out of him if he lead off.
He has
But
always been a starter for real, but I
mhm.
mean, I think that man, yo, boy, big boy, me don't know. You see, he start, you have to have a man with a clock 44. Because
Mhm.
remember, you see I think he's in 44 shape, yes. But you see the split for the 4x4.
Mhm.
The first leg is the longest leg, Because remember, you have to go back on the turn to hand over the button.
Mhm. Yes,
So it's
correct.
the longest turn, is the longest leg. So I don't know. I don't know. I would give Lucky that start, to be honest.
You give Kennedy.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Who would you put on your anchor? I would put
What?
Barnes.
What's
Barnes. Watson.
mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I would put Zandrian on the anchor based on form and his fighting spirit.
What's his name? Barnes on second leg. So any deficit we have,
Hmm.
or if him fi stretch a lead, Barnes me I put on second leg.
Not a bad pick. Not a bad call. Yeah. Not a bad one.
Or third leg. So they're about. But I would anchor with Antonio.
Deshaun is saying Big Boy need a running start or else
That's
he
why
might
me
go
think say
fade.
good to make him start too.
Boy, I mean, I know. I think after what I saw at the World Relay, I think I would make him start. And just to share some data on
But
the men.
hold on, but I think he ran at the knockout, and it was a running start. And based off, I think what Kennedy started that race to, or was it Bovell? I don't know, but I know that and Big Boy never start another one there, and him give us a good leg. I
Yeah,
think he anchored. Him anchor?
yeah.
I
On,
think so.
on a good day, you'll get a good leg. Believe me. Believe me. And in this event, Jamaica has done well also because of the 12 World Championships leading up to 2023. We won 7 out of the 12. So the Jamaican men are known to find themselves on the podium in this event. So the last time they got a medal here was 2022. So um,
You
this
see,
is another event that Jamaicans like. The Jamaican really people like.
that is true. Me see people are asked for Rashawn Clark, and I think he's a good really leg. But the
I
last,
agree.
but I think was it which event he did run and him never do so.
It was a 4x4.
The 4x4 and him did look out of sorts, not the four by
Yeah,
four.
yeah.
So I was trying to remember which competition, but I know that he can be a very good leg.
Mm-hmm.
So if they decide to add him on it, I would have no problem with that, to be honest.
Is Javon Powell ready for the relay? You think he's ready?
Who
Javon Powell.
again, an athlete with a baton in their hand is different from an athlete that lines up to run the individual event.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't seen him much
So
after the Grand Slam
yeah, we have
trial.
not seen
Yeah.
him because I think he said he was recovering from some sort of injury. Um, how has he progressed since then? We are not certain because he has not run. You see me, I say?
Mhm.
So
I understand
we
with
have a lot
Powell.
of options, but the options are still not the strongest options.
Yeah. Nick Pommels is saying that McDonald is the strongest that we have now, and he too is thinking that he should start. That's what I'm thinking too. That
I have no problem with him
um,
starting, but
yeah,
based on what we see, knock
hmm
and over the years, I
yeah,
mean, I
he's
have no
better.
problem. Yeah.
Okay, 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 okay. All right. So another medal there. Jamaica's third medal there. I mean, we can hope. Look at our history. We have a rich history in this. 10 out of 12, 7 out of 12. Not bad.
Remember, we weren't there at the last championship.
The last championship, we won silver in Eugene 2022.
We were,
Budapest, nothing.
yeah, we weren't there at the last championship. The last
Right.
championship was Paris.
Paris, right, yeah.
So, how can we rebound from this? These are the things that I am looking at. Um, I think though, I
What?
think we can. We look at the teams that we have out there in the men's in the 4x4 for men. US is ahead, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have Botswana.
Don't
You,
sleep on South Africa
you
either.
have South Africa. You have Great
Mhm.
Britain. It got
Yep.
tough for it.
Czech Republic, yep.
It is
Yep.
going to be tough. So me not fool myself. Yeah, we can
Yeah.
set up the team to try something and do this, but based on what we have out there,
Let me tell you, Coach Wilson in his interview said to me, Coach Maurice Wilson said that they are some changes. We're going to see some changes. I don't know if the changes will be at this championship, but I hope it is at this championship that we will see some changes and we will see us picking athletes from outside of the box instead of just sticking to top four at the trials. I'm hoping that we'll be able to see hurdlers coming to the party. If you have a strong 800-meter athlete, whatever, I'm hoping that we will go wide when selected, because somebody, even though we're going to segue now into the 4x1, somebody was saying Ashanti Moore they think would run a great leg on the back, and I think so too. And but before we segue into the 4x1, do you have any more thoughts on the 4x4, coach?
Well, I would love for them to surprise me and reach on the
Yeah,
podium. That's
yeah,
all I would say.
yeah,
That's all I would say.
yeah. All right, before we go to the 4x1, coach, I just want us to share some more information with the viewers, the fans, about the time in Japan, what time it will be for us on this side, and the day's events. I put something together so we can just take a break from the relay and keep them guessing, and just quickly look at some information here. All right, guys. Japan. Tokyo is a lot of hours ahead of us on this side in North America. From the US, Tokyo is 13 hours ahead of us where I am, and 14 hours ahead of Jamaica. So, guys, I just want you to understand that it is going to be some late nights and early morning coverage that we will be getting. I'm not sure. I think TVJ will be broadcasting
Yeah,
in
man, they will be
Jamaica,
broadcasting.
right? But I'm a little worried on this side because I'm in the United States and I have not heard anything yet which network will be bringing the championship. So
Why?
right now I am very nervous and wondering how am I going to watch? Where am I going to watch from?
By one spot media.
I don't know if One Spot Media will be carrying it. I guess I can contact TVJ and ask
Oh
them
yeah, because it might be exclusive to
to
I
freeze
don't
the
know.
air.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how they're gonna do that.
So I'll have to find out from TVJ if we can get it on One Spot Media. But I haven't heard anything from any of the network here, and I'm a little nervous because last year, believe it or not, I had to go to Jamaica to watch the Olympic Games. That was how I had to watch. All right. Kayla Heron is saying Peacock and NBC. Okay, thank you
All
very
right.
much. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that. One of the things that I'm going to miss is the TVJ extensive
Coverage. Yeah, yeah,
coverage
man.
and analysis.
Cause remember Warren said I go there. I think
Right. And Warren is going
Bruce
to.
James and
Yeah.
I think them are gonna have a good team, man.
Yeah,
Very good team.
TVJ normally have a very, very good panel, and that's how I learn about track and field. I learn about track and field from our analysts, people like Bobby Frey. You guys might be too young to know who Bobby Frey is. Hubert Lawrence, Patrick Anderson, these guys, Bruce James, all of these guys. So TVJ always put a good panel together and give you extensive. Now, here in the US, we don't get that on their network. It's basically to the games when the races are over. That's kind of it. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed because um, I
So
would
hold
be
on.
depressed.
Atta Bowling give good commentary and good analysis.
No, what I'm trying to say, you see the depth of
Oh,
what
like
we
the
do
panel, like you have
in,
a panel.
yeah, the
Oh
panel,
yeah.
yeah, the panel is
Okay, I get you.
because the panel is where you learn a lot of stuff. Yeah, Atom does good commentary during, but the pre and post game we don't get it here. So hopefully I can find a way to watch that. And somebody saying already I miss Ricardo
Yeah,
Chambers.
man. I
He
think
too.
you'll hear from Ricardo, man. No worry yourself. We're not gonna see
He
Ricardo.
he too is another brilliant mind in track and field. Lance Whitaker. We have so many of them. I think we have some of the most knowledgeable commentators on track and field in Jamaica. But guys, just to let you know, Tokyo is enough hours ahead of us. 13 hours ahead of the depending on where in the US, and 14 hours from Jamaica. So
I
let us.
just want to add to that. I posted the Jamaica time slots on my community page. So if persons want to run over and look at it, they have that all days and the coverage when they start and all of these things.
Right,
I
right.
placed it there.
Right. And this is kind of what I'm about to go into quickly. So now that it's on coach's thing, this is what day one will look like. So when it's 9 a.m. in Japan, it's 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. in Jamaica, 8 p.m. in the United States, depending on where you are. So day one is going to be packed. You have the 100 meters, you have 1500, and all of these events that I'm showing, these are all the events that Jamaica will be in. These are just the events that Jamaica will be in because it was so much to compile. It's a lot. And I just want to thank Bruce James and the Sprint Tech for this data. It is actually compiled by Bruce James and it was fine tuned by Sprint Tech. So big up Bruce James and Sprint Tech for this information here. Day two is a lot. Okay, it's kind of whining a little bit. We might not be able to go through it, guys, but I'm going to stop at day two.
Yeah, I don't think we need to go through
Right.
all of
We're not going to go through everything, but what I want to point out to you guys is that on day two, early morning, will be the 100-meter final for men and women. Normally, you have the men run first and the women on another day, or vice versa. This time around, the 100 meters for men and women will be on the same day, and that will be on day two. So, guys, exciting days ahead as we get into the weekend. And of course, for a lot of us, the 100 meters will be very, 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 very important. So, coach, let us now look at the 4 by 100-meter relay. Let's start with the women. Let us start with the women. Let me give you those names again. The Clayton twins, Tina Clayton, Tia Clayton, Sharika Jackson, Shelly and Fraser Price, Janine Smith, and Jodian Williams.
Jodine.
Or Jodine, sorry, yes, Jodine Williams. So, guys, let us get into the relay that you guys like so much. Your thoughts, coach?
I think the setup of this team is going to determine, what happens in terms of which medal we get. I think the setup of the team. Tia is firing on all cylinder, so that is good. Where we're ranked ninth with a 42-33. Up top we have Great Britain.
Mm-hmm.
They are what can I say? Scintillating. They are ominous. This Great Britain
Mm-hmm.
team is a
Mm-hmm.
very good team. Uh with Amy Hunt, she has improved tremendously and she looks awesome on that backstretch. USA team is another strong team. Because when you look at US team, if they use the four athletes from Star Athletics, that is already synergy, that is already synced,
I think that's the team.
So
I
I,
think that is the team for the
I
US.
see I see other teams practicing, because remember you're gonna have to have people in the first round. So you have
Mm-hmm.
a Jenna Prandini who can step in. She's a killer when it comes on to the third leg.
Yes.
Is you understand? So
Mm-hmm.
the US team is a big deterrent to Jamaica's chance of winning
Yeah.
gold. You know, but when you look at the team that we have, it's not a bad team either. Our team is a strong team, and we can cause problems in the 4x1 as well. Um, like I said earlier, it is how we set up these team or
Yeah.
this team. Do we anchor with a Sherika? Do we anchor with a Shelly? Do we lead off with a Sherika again that she did in London? Do we lead off with a Tiara Tina? Do we go Tina to Tia on backstretch or Sherika on backstretch? You know, T T
I have two
it it
setups.
it, it just The problem is that though, the problem is that since the camp has been called, I don't think they have had enough. Well, let me not say enough time. They, you have some dead ear time, in other words. So persons have been at the camp and there weren't any practices taking place where relay is concerned. Yeah. And you know when the championship start, people now have no time for that. So I just hope that they can put together some more practices and because we have not seen anything of the ladies. We have only seen
Seeing the men.
practices of the from the men's team. So we don't
True.
know what is happening where that is concerned. But I mean, if 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 we can put a team together, persons in their rightful position, I
I
hear the
like
fun.
that. I like that, coach. Put people in their right position. I like that.
Yeah, definitely, because I think that has always been the challenge over the years. Um I'm hearing talks of there's a possibility that Shelly anchors, you know.
Yes, sir.
Um not if that happens, how the other setup will be like. You see me? So
Can I share my setups with you?
of course you can.
All right. My first setup is Tina to Tia to Sharika to Shelly. My second setup is Tina to Sharika to Tia to Shelly. Those are my two setups. The first one, Tina to Tia to Sharika to Shelly, and or Tina, no, or Sharika to Tina to Tia to Shelly. I think if Shelly is placed on the anchor of that relay and get that baton ahead, nobody will catch her going to the finish line. I don't think we should put Shelly on the back with TT Terry. That leg is too long for Shelly. I think we should finish with Shelly. So those are my two setups.
I think I'd go with, and you see this team is very difficult, you know.
Why?
And again, I am putting persons on the legs that I think that they are able. So and I'm going in
Right.
reverse. Shelly should
Mhm.
anchor because of the fact that the anchor leg is the shorter leg, right?
Right, right.
And Shelly might not have the legs to, like you said, run a back stretch.
Mhm.
She could lead off as well, but if we lead off, then it might cause some
I would
people
not
out
put
of their
her.
position.
Yeah, I would not put
Also,
her against Jefferson on the first.
and for the third leg, I'd go with Sherika. Sherika is a 200-meter runner. So Sherika can and should be able to run the third leg. Over the years, I have heard that she can take button and pass at the same time. She's accustomed to receive, and she did in London a pass, and it was a good pass. So obviously, they might that it was an indication that she could have run other legs. So with that being said, I think she can go third leg. I would put Tia on the first leg to Tina. I think Tia is the faster starter, and once she get out there, her sister has always been running second leg. So it could be that way. Or they could flip Shelly and and Tia. So Tia anchor and Shelly on the first leg.
Wow. Can I share something with you? A clip from an interview I did with Aileen Bailey and how she break down their relay drills at the 2004 Olympic Games. It's not long. Let me just share something.
Third leg that never work out. third leg that never worked out. Veronica and I ran in high school, so she would used to pass it to me and her leg. So that her passing it to me and the ankle leg, we were fine. It's just that the pass between her and Sharon wasn't working out. And Coach Mills said, "Yo, Aileen, try it, yeah." And I tried it with me and Sharon, and it worked. This family unit, we were like connected at the hip. We did everything together. We practiced together. We went to practice the same time. We did everything together. The practices, everyone tried every leg. Me never start the first leg because I know some start horrible. And Tana had the bullet start. So I tried backstretch, but the passes between me and Tana was not working. Veronica tried the backstretch. Net pass not working with her and Tanya. Then Sharon and Tanya just all of one pass and then click. So it was like, all right, Coach Mills was like, that workout. And then Sharon and Veronica for the third leg that never worked out. Veronica and I ran in high school, so she would used to pass it to me and her leg. So that her passing it to me and the ankle leg, we were fine. It's just that the pass between her and Sharon wasn't working out. And Coach Mills said, "Yo, Aileen, try it, yeah."
Right. So with that from Alien is one of the things that they used to do. They try different leg with each other, and if it click, they work. If it didn't click, Coach Mills would say, "Okay, you try this one and try this one." And I've heard people said that it doesn't matter which leg you run in a relay. I disagree with that because Alien is one of the most, when you talk about running the curve in a 4x1, Alien is a beast on the curve. And I don't think if you put Alien on a backstretch in a relay, you will get the same result that you get from her on a third leg. So you said something earlier, coach, that we need to put people where they are
Yeah, but
strongest.
you have to also look at the dynamics of teams to HP, because
Mm-hmm,
sometimes they might have similar persons on teams, and it's just a call who is gonna decide to run the curve. Because I've heard
mm-hmm.
that most times the Jamaican athletes don't nobody know want to run the curve. Everybody is just a straight runner. You see me I say? Plus, back in alien time, those athletes were open enough to try other legs.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That is a huge difference. So I mean, I am sticking with the first team that I named: Tia, Tina, Sherika, Shelly
Good pick.
for the
Good pick.
finals. I see somebody said, if we sure say Coach Wilson now go put Jody in the final.
He has not, guys. He
Something
has
would have to
nothing to
drastically
do.
happen, man.
He has nothing to do with the relay, guys. He said it. I asked him about it on my program, and he said the only time he gets involved in that kind of thing if there is a situation that cannot be resolved. But whatever we see go out there is the relay coaches that decide. And for the women's 4x1, it is Paul Francis. For the
Men,
men's 4x1 is
Michael
Michael
Frater.
Frater. Coach Wilson will not have anything to do with who run where
I
and
think I
run.
think I think if there's an issue though, they will bring it to him, and then he might
Right,
have a final say on that.
right. Mhm. I agree with you, Omar Gunter. I don't think Shelly should start. I think Shelly should anchor. I think the anchor is the place for her.
Uh,
Caleb,
and
Caleb, behave
I
yourself.
I agree. Shelly anchor, yeah, because it's a shorter leg. But people are gonna are gonna talk about Shelly knee and this and that. That is nonsense. Shelly fully fit. If Shelly get a knee injury at the championship, it's just that gonna happen there. So, but not because she gonna run one start. She have to start now the 100 meters, you know. But I'm saying that those would be my two teams. Name your team, no man. And stop fight out my team. The first team when me say, if we had no other choice, we could flip it and make Tia anchor. That is
Yeah,
my say on the matter. Isn't it?
yeah. And my first team is similar to yours. It's just that I have Tina starting, but any one of the two is fine. But this team to me can win gold. We just have to get it right on the day. And gone are the days when we can rest athletes. I don't think we need to rest anybody. The only person that we maybe need to rest is Sharika because Sharika is doubling. I think all the other ladies can run in the first round of the 4x1 and come back for the final with Sharika because when they finish running on day 2, they are being rested until day 8 when you have the rounds of the relay. So gone are the days when we can just put any team out there and
No,
Jamaica.
they're not going to be rested, man. They
Just
have.
Sharika. We have to rest Sharika.
I mean, the
Sharika.
people they still have to put in a few days of relay practice, man.
Yes, yeah, I agree. But for no, I'm talking about for the rounds. Normally, the people in the 100 they would not run in the first round of the 4x1. But to how the thing is now and where the game is, we can't rest anymore. We can't rest anymore. We have to because you have some good teams out there in the 4x1. We are ranked number nine. Granted, we did not have all of our top people at the World Relays, but there are other teams out there just as good. And I remember in 2022 when we sweep the podium in Eugene and lost that relay, and the comment that was made by the team that won was that it is not all about having the fastest women, so and I did feel a way about that. To this day I still, so we need to get it together, coach.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's about the foot speed is number one. It's primary, right? In this time, but you have to have some sort of synergy. And I watched a video sometime recently where the Asian countries they are putting in a lot of work in the
Mm-hmm.
technical department. If they don't have this foot speed, yeah, them are gonna try the technical aspect to get the better. So the slick relay button exchange, that's what they're working on. So yeah, if you don't have the foot speed, you have to ensure say there's synergy and precision in your passes.
Yeah,
If that is not happening, you need foot speed. So with we having the foot speed and we never get the world record, it is because of a lack of practice and the precision in the passes. You see me? So
indeed.
even though
So,
US might have fast people, people might wilt under pressure, but they are really the team to beat in this one.
mm-hmm.
Great Britain, we cannot overlook Great Britain
Mm-hmm.
because they have a very good quartet as well,
Yes.
and them are shot.
Mm-hmm.
Them are shot. I think they
For
are. I think they
sure.
have the world lead in time.
Yes,
They
they
did
do.
it in London, and
Mm-hmm.
even though that was in front of the home crowd, but I think that will build some sort of confidence and momentum going into the games that are coming up.
Interesting days ahead. In the next 5 days, guys, we will be talking about these events again. But I saw where Tuffy said something. Tuffy Rudy, he said we should rest Shelly also and bring her in for the final. That's not a bad thought.
What they said?
Tuffy
I would
Rudy
rest
was
Shelly.
saying rest Shelly and just have Shelly run the final.
Mm.
Yeah, that's not a bad thought. Let us see. Lansley Blake, he's saying Tia to Tina to Jacko to Shelly, or Tia to Jacko to Tina to Shelly. Okay, kind of similar to what we
Yeah,
we
not
have.
a bad pick, Lansley Blake.
Yes,
Big up
yes,
Pastor in the building.
yes,
And you see, when it comes on to relays, persons have their own picks, and their own lineup. So for
yeah.
me, I don't like when somebody throw out their lineup and persons are trying to kick it out of the park.
Yes, yeah.
Just show your lineup and counter whatever the other person
Mhm,
say. Don't
mhm.
just kick it out of the park and you don't have the lineup. You
Right,
understand?
right, right, right.
But everybody gonna have them different lineup.
True.
Um, I just somehow believe you see this Great Britain team.
Yeah, man. They
Me, f-
are.
me afraid of them.
Yes,
Me afraid of
yes,
them.
yes, yes.
Me afraid of
Because
them.
at World Relay, they came from behind. You remember that?
Mm-hmm. Me afraid of them. Them
And
bad.
who was ahead of them? Sharika. Many will say it's early in the season and all of that, but it is what it is. Somebody's saying, Lakeisha is saying Jamaica for the gold. I totally agree with you. Jamaica for the gold.
we,
This
we we'd
team,
love to see that still enough.
this team can win gold, but we have to get it together. And
Mm-hmm.
people have to understand that we're going out there to do a job for country. It is not about our ego, our feelings, our whatever. We just need to put people where their strength lies and get it done. Let
And
us just
and and
keep
look at the similarity. US 4 only Jefferson Dublin, right?
yes,
And Jamaica's 4 only
Sharika.
Sherika are Dublin.
Hmm.
So there's a similarity in terms of balance there,
In those two camps, yeah.
right? And if you look at it again, the US team, if they go through the first round and in the final, they can have 4 persons from one team, which is the Star Athletics.
Hmm.
And if
Hmm.
Jamaica gets into the final, they can have 3 persons from one team and one farmer. So
Wow, look at
it,
that.
it is close. So when I look at the balance of power and the whole similarities in terms of synergy and cohesion, Jamaica and US team are good in that department. But again, Great Britain, they have
Great
been
Britain,
they have
don't
been
sleep on
there. They
them.
have
Yeah.
been there. They have been running. They have been doing well in terms of their exchanges. People have gotten faster on these teams. So trust me, it's gonna be a dog fight.
And somebody just said something very important. Great Britain ran that time in rain.
Yup.
It wasn't perfect conditions. Woy, yoy, yoy. Great Britain all up in our business right now. All
Yeah,
up in our
man. Great
business
Britain.
right
Great
now.
Britain is a team that is a team that cannot be overlooked. It's
Yeah.
gonna be impossible for us to overlook. At best, and this is if I'm picking, I'm gonna put the worst case scenario and put us at bronze. Yeah, to be honest,
Whew, whew.
worst case scenario that it's not the best case scenario. Worst
Bronze.
case.
Worst case. I
Mhm.
guess. I guess so. I guess so. I guess so. But
But I think we're right there in the medal to contend for a medal.
without
So
a doubt.
we're
Without a
not we're
doubt.
not out of that at all.
Yeah, I would be surprised. I would be shocked if we come home without a medal in that women's 4x1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because even though we are ranked number
Nine.
9, going into the we're number 2
In
in
terms of
quota in terms of the quota placing.
mm-hmm.
Great Britain, then us. So there's a quota ranking and there's also the overall ranking. So quota ranking of the 16 teams, we are number 2.
Mm-hmm.
So we are very much in the mix. And I think if we can, and I don't want us to underestimate any team in the first round. I think that we don't have to put a strong team out in that first round because if we make a mistake in the first round, we can be out.
Sure.
If we go in that first round and not get in automatically and have to be on the bubble, we might just have a problem because so many other teams are doing well.
Yeah.
So we
Be-
can't,
we
we
can't
can't,
we can't ease up off the
no,
accelerator in the first round, because if we
no,
do, we are going to have problem.
yeah,
Plus, you also want to get the advantage of having middle lanes.
yes,
It
yeah.
now for be the dead center, but I mean at middle lane, you want to be able to see your opponent, or even if your opponent is behind, you want to be able to run blind. And when you say run blind, you really are run blind. You just a shot.
I want us to be inside of Great Britain and the United States. So if they're in 6 and 7, I want us to be in lane 5. There's something about when you're inside your rival. There's something about when you're inside. So I would love going to the third leg, going to anchor. I want us to be inside of them. And
But if
I'm also hoping that we are using the long zone. You know what is beating us now? America uses the long zone. America uses the 30 meters. We practically wait, stand up and wait on the bottom.
no man, we don't practically do that, man. We run
Go
out,
back and
man.
look. Go back and look. Please go back and look at 2023 4x1 for women. Please, please, coach. The only way I'm not going to bring it up in this now is because it is not, we don't have rights to it. Please, when we're finished, go back and look at 2023. 2023 4x1. Gabby Thomas actually run past Sharika getting the baton from Sasha Leaf off to go and give Shakari the baton. Shakari was gone. The long zone. Jamaica, we don't use the long zone.
I don't agree, because from
No,
what
you
I
can go
saw,
back and look.
yeah, I've watched it.
Mhm.
I watched it. Me no
Yeah.
see. I don't see what you see.
Okay. All right. That's cool. That's cool. But we don't use the long zone. Jamaica overall don't use the long zone. Sometimes we even wait. Somebody have to run up very close to us and hand over the baton.
That is not an indication that we don't use the zone. That is an indication that the outgoing runner does not run off.
Mhm. That's why I said we don't use the long zone because you have 30 meters. Why wouldn't you run off? You have 30 meters
It's
before
not just
you.
a run off, they have to run off at a particular time.
Yes, but even so, your teammate should not be running up into you to give you the baton.
That and I agree with that.
Mhm. But um, this 4x1 is going to be very, very interesting, and I still maintain that we can win the gold. I still maintain that we can.
Sharika
So
waits for the button and then
yeah, man, we need to use up the zone. We try to play it safe and a weight and button, but so that's it with the women's 4x1. I think we have the team to win the gold, coach. Any thoughts before we go to the men?
I think,
Objectivity is saying lack of practice. I think so too.
yeah, if the female team then normally not practice. We have the fastest ladies, so if he said that alone, I go help with.
That we don't know say it now gonna help us. That not gonna help us anymore. The rest of the world is right in our back. Right in our back. I agree with you, Black Africans. You are going to use your marker, but even when you use your marker, your teammate not supposed to run up too close to you to give you the button where they're almost in your back. So I'm aware of the marker that the marker is when you move. So when you move, your teammate should not be running up in your back. It's like Elaine and who remember Elaine and Brianna Williams in Tokyo 2021, where people thought that Elaine moved too early, but Elaine did not move too early. What happened is that Elaine was using the long zone. Elaine uses the long zone. Karen Stewart is another athlete that uses the long zone. So it depends on what you practice. It depends on what you really practice. But I've seen America use the long zone and beat us 2023. Gabby Thomas run past Sharika waiting on Sasha Lee. to give Shakari the baton. Let your teammate run you down once you're in that zone. But again, if we don't practice it, we're not going to get it right.
It's
So,
not so it's not as easy as we say the teammate don't use the zone. You cannot run off before. You have times when the athletes don't run out because they might lapse and they don't trust the teammate because, like we said, because of lack of practice.
lack of practice.
But once the person hit your marker, you have to run. You can't run off before the marker or
I know
after the
that.
marker. So what will happen when you run off when the person passed the marker? That will cause the person to be too close to you. So it's about trust issues. It's about um not having that practice to trust your teammate that is coming in.
Yeah. Rob Smith is asking a question. Did Elaine tell Brianna she was using the long zone? No. What happened, Rob Smith, is that Otto realized that Elaine uses the long zone. So what he had to do is to coach Brianna to keep up with Elaine because he realized that's what Elaine was doing. So he coached Brianna Williams to follow Elaine's lead. So that was what happened.
So on the shore, say I never Elaine run out before she reached the marker.
Um,
Because that can also allow it to seem that way. Now. I think Elaine would have had that problem before. That's why Atto said she not stop. I know because Elaine used the long zone. I
no,
think
but
she moved early.
no, but I get well. I guess we can argue if she moved early or not. But Elaine knows that she has 30 meters. So if she realized Brianna touched that spot, she don't have to say, "Oh my God, is she going to catch me?" Kind of like what happened between Karen and Sharon 2008 when we had that team to win the gold in Beijing, where people thought that Karen moved too early, but Karen was actually using the long zone herself, and Sharon. I think in a way Sharon kind of stopped running because she feel like Karen was going too far ahead. But as you said,
But
and I rightly agree,
let me ask you
if
this.
they don't practice,
Let me ask you this. What happened in London with Kishane and Kadrian Golson?
Kadrian,
Yeah.
it was Kadrian Golson.
Yeah. Kadrian a passed to Kishane.
Oh,
Third to Anchor.
that was in London recently. I'm not sure what happened.
Anybody in the chat can tell me what happened?
Something happened.
Kishane almost run out of the zone, don't? You remember that?
No, I don't remember that. No, 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 no.
All right. So if we go by what you're saying that Kishane used the long zone,
Mm-hmm.
so in that sense, Kadrian should continue, which he did.
Right, which
I,
he should.
I
Don't
think he
stop.
was experienced enough. But from what I saw, I rewatched that race.
Mm-hmm.
Even with oblique civil, I rewatched that race. Oblique on the second leg to Kadrian, and it looked as if Kadrian didn't run out as fast as he should.
Mm-hmm. That happened too.
But the fact when I really look back at it, it was the to how oblique is fast. Him run upon him.
Yeah.
So it's not who using the long zone or short zone. And it's the same thing that happened. Remember, Kishane are one of the quickest accelerator in the game, you know. He didn't move early as we initially thought. Because I watch back the race. The man just accelerate fast.
It's practice, man. And this is what happens when people don't practice together. And sometimes when we look at the relay, we're like, how is it that these people don't have anybody in a 100 meter and can perform so well in a 4x1? Because they practice the effort that they put into it. So if you and I practicing this thing every day, coach, and I understand if you use the short zone or the long zone, and but when we don't practice together
You see,
on the day all kind of things will happen. You know?
And that's why I mean I like the long zone, short zone argument because they would have to practice to know what each of those
Right.
athletes do. Because it's not about you doing the incoming runner has to the outgoing runner rather have to know the speed of the incoming runner. So they set the marker at a point to match up to the speed of the outgoing runner. So it's not a matter of you using a long
It
zone or
boils
using
down
a
to
short zone.
practice. It boils down to
Me not agree
practice.
with that argument there, to be honest.
No, when I talk about the long zone, what I'm trying to say, before you had 20 meters in which you're to collect that baton before you're disqualified. Now they have extended it to 30 meters. So if your teammate know, if you know where the marker is, when your teammate hit there and you move, your teammate is not supposed to be slowing down because he thinks that you're gone too quick. What they're supposed to do is to continue and hope that they can hand over that baton before you come out of that 30-meter
So that's why they
zone.
set the
So it's
marker.
practice.
So that's why they set the marker to the speed of the incoming runner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's not the long zone. Yeah, we understand. So them adjusted. So the 10 meters was the acceleration zone, right? Where the outgoing runner runs off to get into the 20 meters, which is the changeover zone.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a shorter span there to make the pass, the 20 meters. You have to catch them back. But it's a similar thing. The outgoing runner stands where the acceleration zone used to be, which is an additional 10 meters. So whichever way you take it, they still have to follow the marker of the incoming runner.
Yeah, I don't doubt that, but as I said before, the a lot of times I've seen our athletes actually they take two steps and they feel like they have to slow down to get the button because the chemistry and the communication not working. See, as somebody just said, Kishin ran out too soon or too
No,
fast. We don't know. We
and that
don't
may
know.
and that
We
may
don't
say
know.
I thought that initially that a Kishian run up, but when we look upon it
We don't
again,
know. We
a
don't know.
Kishian move right at the marker, does him acceleration make him go. So
Yeah.
right there and then the marker should have been shorter
So you see
so
why
that
we
the
have
man
to
can catch
practice?
him.
You see
Eh,
why we have to practice?
and that's why that me boil it
This
down too.
is why we have to practice because if you don't practice, you don't know what you will not know what your teammate is doing until you go in a
Yeah, them have to
championship.
practice.
They must practice, and this is why I keep saying, why is it that we treat the relay like a stepchild? And now we segue right into the men's 4x1. Akeem Blake, Ryan Ford, Hadrian Golson, Oblique Civil, Kishane Thompson, Rohan Watson. When I read the name earlier, somebody was asking if Brian Level not running the relay. Brian Level is in the team in another event, so they did not have to name him on the relay team because he's already in the team, and the rule says anybody that is on your team can run in your relay. So we the fans are hoping that Brian Level will come into the relay. Your thoughts, coach?
My thought,
Yes, sir.
we did, we did a talk about world record, we did a talk about gold medal when Brian Level was in the back of our mind. But there are issues where he's concerned. I'll just leave it at that. There are issues where that is concerned. I'm just hoping that whatever is happening, them can put it together or put it aside, put it in one bag, put it aside, and go run the relay for Team Jamaica. That's what me I say.
Um, while I don't know what the issues are because I like to speak on the rules, if the rules say anybody can run on your relay team once they meet certain criteria, we should not be having any issues that have to do with that. If the issues are about
The
Too
issue is not about the rule.
too close. If it's too close to the, that's what I'm saying.
No,
If
the
the
issue is not about the rule.
okay, so if the
So we
issue
rule out the rule.
okay, because no, and the reason why I say that is because sometimes I don't think we try to understand the rules enough, and we get all upset when we see a person named to the team and without understanding how the rules work. So, whatever the issues are, I don't know, but as it is, he can run. He is eligible. Let me say this.
Yeah, man,
He
he's
is
eligible to run.
eligible to run in the relays.
I
He's
think what
eligible.
used to happen one time, is that they used to have four people on the each, and any two from that has to be in the finals. That was, I think, that was the rule before. So when you're making a change, you only can put in two persons. But now, once a person register for your team, you can't even change the four that you're putting in the finals. That's what I think is happening now. So it doesn't matter if Brian is not named to the team. Roshan Clark, who used to run 4x1 for Camperdown and won Championship of America with Camperdown at the pen relays. If nobody else is available and he can come in, there's no problem with that. So, like I said, the issue is the issue is not in regards to the rules. You see me? I just strictly that. And as me say, I hope good sense will prevail and Brian Level will see him suit up for the finals.
Yeah,
According to what I've heard as well, him not even there over there yet.
right. And I'm going back to the rule now. And the rule said the other remaining members of the relay teams, they must have the ability to run a leg, current form, and be available for practice. So if he's not meeting these criteria, when we don't see him, we need to ask ourselves, was he available for practice? Of course, we know that his current form would make him eligible, and he can run a leg because he ran relay in high school, come all the way up. So if he's not available to meet all the criteria, we cannot be upset with anybody else because the rule is that you must be available for practice, you must be on current form, and you must be able to run a leg. So I keep going back to the rules because I want the audience and the fans to not just get all up in our feelings when we see a certain decision, but first of all, ask the question, was the athlete available for national duty? Back to you, coach.
Of course. Like me say, it look like the boss not reached there yet. So I don't know what is going to happen with this. I believe though, good sense is going to prevail. Me just have a strong feeling. So good sense will prevail.
But if you my thing is that I like rules because when we're dealing with people, we have to have
Remember,
rules.
say them break the
But
rules in some
if
instances
you
at the
don't
HP.
if you don't meet the criteria personally, I don't think you should be a part of the team. That's how I feel. If you know the rules, your team know the rules, and you don't make yourself available, then we have to move on without you.
Yeah, but I mean, it's Team Jamaica,
Yes.
Who are
Yeah.
gonna know say rule break? Who to tell say him now gonna reach early and then them put in at least one dry run and then good
Um,
to go.
the championship is going to start in 4 days' time. In what? 5 days' time. Well, 4 days' time technically.
Yeah, but remember the
Friday,
100
Friday
meters,
this time.
100 meter go run And when
That,
them man they run the 100 meter, then can do a one practice. What you say?
but all the camps that they were in, the camp has already started. I think the camp is going to be ending very soon, and
Tuesday, I
then
think.
they move into the village now. That's where you would get the practice in. You would gel with your teammate. No, man, we have to be fair, whether you are the best or not. If the rules say you're to be there, then be there, no man. Just be there, unless you have been exempted. You know, I don't know. I remember 2009. Who remember 2009 that a big bunch of our athletes were going to compete in Berlin because they refused to go to the mandatory camp. And the president at the time of J3 said, you know something? We're not off the team. And it was other people who got involved and said, look, most of these athletes from Jamaica, they are medalists from Beijing. So please allow them to run and work out on the differences internally. Sometimes you have to take a stand because that's the only way you'll get people to understand that the rule is a rule.
If you never take no stance in the past, you cannot take no stance now.
Rubbish.
It is as simple as
Rubbish.
no. But people are going to use that against you and have it hanging over your head because it's a similar situation and you never take no stand. Why you are using
You, you know what?
right now?
You know why I say rubbish? You can be the president and you do things one way, and I can come in and be the president, and I ensure
Yeah, but
that
that
rules
is a
are
different president. It is under the same president I'm talking about.
well.
You talk about something different.
Well, things can change, but things can change under the same government.
And I agree, I would love for things to change. And guess what? The camp wasn't mandatory.
Me think this playing around with rules need to stop.
But HP,
Need
the rule is there, but the camp was not mandatory.
Me think we no forget about mandatory. I'm just
No, but
saying.
that if it is not mandatory, then I don't need to come.
No, but remember, the rule also said that to be eligible for the relay, you must be available. I read it in the word must. You must be available for relay practice. So even if the camp is not mandatory, the duty that we need you for, you must make yourself available.
But you did not mandate me to be there.
Coach, you talk rubbish now, you're not coach. You
No,
just coach,
I
coach,
am not talking
coach,
any rubbish.
coach.
Hold on. When we have mandatory training camp, some people not go and they still run. Don't tell me say
Coach,
that talk rubbish.
that is why I say we need to now focus on ensuring that the rules are followed right across the board, no exception,
And
no
if
manipulating
it
the
was
rules.
happening from day one and these people are nuts, then we could have these rules being adhered to.
We can start now. We can start now.
You have pushback. Of course, we believe if we
Yeah,
start
you're going to have
somewhere.
pushback. Yeah, we have to start somewhere. We're going to have the
But
pushback.
as I said before, I don't think
But I'm hoping.
it is any rule issue for the
I hope
youngster.
not. I hope
It
not. I
has
hope
nothing to do with it. It's an issue that they're having. I don't know. Me don't want to say certain things, you know. Me just I said.
No, man, you don't have to. You don't have to.
Me just I said them have issue and it had nothing to do with the rule. Rule out the rule in this one.
Let me just address something. Objectivity is saying HP seem like level team don't want to be a part of the team. I did not say that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm
No, that's
saying
not what
is
he's
that
saying. He's telling you that.
HP seems like levels. Oh, like
Yeah.
level team. I
Yeah.
don't
Tell him
think
I
so.
tell you.
I don't think so. Sorry about that objectivity. I don't think that I don't know what the situation is, but all I'm going to say objectivity is that we need to understand that when our athletes put on the national colors, it is not about club anymore. And I cannot say this enough. It is not about a club anymore. It is now about country. It is about country.
HP, from my understanding, these persons knew before that the athlete in question wasn't interested. That's why he wasn't named, and people think I kick him, get kicked out.
Okay, so if he's not interested in the relay, so we move on then.
So
So we just move
let
on.
me give you a little in there, so because I don't want to spell out certain things, but it is what it is.
No, no, Rob. No, I'm not wanna. If you're going to tell me something, just come straight with me. I will not try to decipher what you're saying if you don't come clear. So
No,
he's
but
going to come clean now.
I did say that it has nothing to do with the rule. Rule out the
Objectivity.
rule.
Objectivity. Objectivity. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'm sorry, my darling. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I've been saying it from we start. Say it has nothing to do with the rule. Rule out the rule. It's an issue that they're having.
No,
That me can't get no plainer than that.
when I get to the rules, I brought up back the rules for the fans to understand that if when we're in championship and they don't see him into the relay, they don't ready to blame such man or such woman, but they understand what is going on for them. And of course, we're going to hear.
You
As we
know,
get closer, we're going to hear.
one thing that I can say to you and the person that are here, it doesn't matter what Coach Wilson do, he might get big stick.
You might get the blame, yes?
Because the people them have a mindset already.
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
see me I say? People them have a mindset already about Coach Wilson because of
True.
what happened in the past without knowledge. So no matter what happen, it is always going to put him in the hot seat.
True, true. And this is why I'm trying to reinforce the rules to keep bringing up the rules because I know that if something happens, you're going to hear say Coach Wilson this and Coach Wilson. And, we need to have the facts before we start throwing the blame and throwing the blame around. So just let us educate ourselves, guys. We know there's politics and everything, but let us just understand that.
But me tell you, HB, some people are still of the notion that Kishane won that race, even with the thing
Even
steering
with the
them in the
photo
face.
finish. Oh,
Exactly.
wow.
So, me can tell you this. The people no business about rule right now. People no business about no rule right now. Them not care. Them won't go on and say level for run. And if him not running, because Coach Wilson put somebody in. And that's gonna be the talk. So it no matter what him do.
Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay.
Hey, you see you Rob Smith, you have to chill it out, but the coach can't negotiate.
I but I'm not going to say anything. I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone because maybe they think that I'm missing the hint or the point, but I know better, guys. I know better.
Somebody said it is the result of years of lack of transparency.
Yeah, man, for real. Yeah,
Hey, one thing
100%
with me,
yours.
you see,
You're
if
right.
me did that, me never take no lick for nobody.
Yeah.
Me I clear it up. Because me not supposed to take beating for nobody. No dear. You see me? But I mean, this team, we can medal in with this team though.
We
We
can
still
win with this team.
we can medal with this team,
What is
which is
your setup? What is your setup?
easy. There are several ways to set up this team. Interestingly, Fabian Debot, man. Interestingly, we can set up this team several ways. So, yo, somebody present that to you. This is not my team, people. Just somebody present that team here.
I'm going to list my team when you're done.
This is not my team. Let me say it before somebody suggested this team, right? I think it's Rob Smith that suggested this team. Kishian start, to oblique to um level, which one or Raheem Ford. Let me use Raheem Ford and Akeem Blake Anchor. That is one suggestion from Rob Smith. What do you think about that team there?
Kishin start, no. Not for me. Not for me. I'm not knocking anybody team, but not for me. I don't have Kishin coming out of the blocks in a relay, no. My first setup is Akeem Blake to Oblique Civil to Brian Level to Kishin. That's my first setup. My second setup is Brian Level to Kishin to Oblique to Akeem Blake.
No, man, I know my team, Kayla, a Rob Smith team.
Where's Rob?
When I
Rob,
look
where
on
are you?
when I look on a team, that it's like you're front loading the team, you know. Cause
Yeah,
US
yep,
team dangerous.
yeah, man, yep. It's okay to front load it. I've seen USA front load their team and use Mike Rogers to anchor. Put your slowest person on anchor. I don't know why we think we have to put our fastest person on anchor. I cannot remember ever see Justin in the era of bowl. Justin Gatlin has never anchored the US team. He's always on the back.
Back stretch, yeah.
Yeah, man. And he was the fastest person on their team. I don't know why we think that fastest have to go on anchor. Not necessarily.
Rob Smith defend your team, no, man. Oh, what Rob Smith
Rob,
said. Rob Smith
Rob
said,
Smith called.
I don't like Kishan with a running start. So that's why I'm gonna take Kishan out of the blocks. So can it work? I don't know. I don't think they're even thinking about that. I don't think they're even practicing anything like that. So I don't think that will ever happen.
Guys, the reason why I have Brian Level there, I had him there from day one. I'm still hopeful, guys. I'm still hopeful. I'm still hopeful that Brian Level is going to turn up in this relay.
I am
But
with you too. I
but if
am I
he
am
doesn't,
hopeful like you're hopeful, to
if
be
he
honest.
doesn't, if he doesn't, guys, then of course we have Raheem Ford. That I and let me see. A matter of fact, now that we're saying this, if I should change my relay team a little bit, who would I bring in for level? Would I bring in Ryan Ford, Golson, or Rowan Watson? Or would I bring in Christopher Taylor? Can I bring in Christopher Taylor?
No,
No,
I wouldn't put Taylor in.
you wouldn't put Taylor in. Okay,
Nah. Fire
okay.
fire the two fire the
Not
two.
fire, not loud enough.
No, that fire the too heavy for Chris right now. No, say
Yeah,
Chris does a comeback, man.
yeah, man. I know, I know, I
But
know.
my team would be Akeem to nullify Christian Coleman. Once him get him start to one Ovil Civil, the civilian, him a go done out Mr. Bednarik pan anchor pan the third second leg, sorry.
Who you have for second? Who?
Oblique
Okay, oblique. Yeah.
to Raheem. I go match up with a Lindsay or whoever I think a Lindsay them are put there, so.
On the curve.
Yeah. And we're gonna put Raheem. And then if Raheem can reach there before and give it to Kishian. Kishian and Father Hype have to just battle that out, You see what I'm saying?
Mm. Mm, 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 mm.
It could be another matchup like they had in the 100-meter finals. Will Kishian hold on?
Yee. I don't know.
But we
Noah,
can't rule out Canada and we can't rule out Great Britain team, Just put
yes,
that out there.
especially Canada, brother.
But I really want level up on that third leg there because that you there I bad third leg runner.
So you put level on the third. Yeah, I have him for the third too. If Brian is going to be in the team, I have oblique on the third leg and anchor with Akeem Blake. Or Akeem to oblique to level to Kishin. So let us see. Somebody is saying I want to break the rules and put Brian level on the
See people are listening to you stay there.
but I'm not trying to break the rules because initially I had Brian level. I did not even know that he's not at camp. I did not even know that he wasn't with the team. I'm learning that now. So it put a different spin. It put a different spin on the thing, guys. It put a different thing.
Now, I will say
Um,
that. I will say that though.
you,
Which person said that?
you know something? I would prefer to put oblique on the anchor with Noah though. Coach,
Huh?
I would prefer to put oblique on the anchor with Noah Lyles.
Yes, a lot of people said that. I was on Warren Ware's TikTok live some days ago, and he said that you'd put Kishian on the second leg
On the back, yeah.
and put oblique on the
On the anchor.
anchor because it is shorter.
Hmm.
Oblique is able to maintain speed. He looks like a more clinical sprinter than a
Yes,
Kishian on the anchor.
yes.
I mean, anywhere them put it, it no matter to me still, you know. Once, but I have a thing about that. It is the longer leg. Oblique has more 200-meter under his belt than Kishian, right? So I would put oblique, and I think oblique is more experienced than Kishian in relays. So I'd put him on the box stretch. I want my fastest runner on box stretch, also one of my experienced runner, and I think oblique is an experienced relay runner.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
what. But if somebody else pick a team with Kishian on box stretch and oblique on anchor, I have no problem with it.
Yeah, somebody was just saying, which we said earlier, that we cannot underestimate the heat. We have to treat the heat like it is the final because
Mm-hmm.
if you underestimate and go out there, you might not even make the final. So it doesn't make sense. You have the top men sitting in the stands and put other people out there and don't make the final. That would not make sense. So I think we will have to come out strong in the relay rounds, all five relays, we will have to come out strong if we want to be on the podium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. And like we said, this is the Canadian team. They are a well-oiled machine too, you know. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, keep them out of the loop. Um the Great Britain team too is one team that we have to take into consideration. So like I said, with the what you call it now, with the with the first round, we have to ensure that we go there. South Africa is not a bad team as well. I think South Africa, by ranking, is the fastest team so far this
Mm-hmm.
year.
They're leading. Yeah, they're world
US
lead.
US is second. Jamaica, we are third
Mm-hmm.
in terms of ranking, even though we were what 14
Yeah.
on the list because we didn't get that automatical
Yeah. We went
qualification
in at
spot.
number 15.
Japan seemed to be a good team as well. And when you look at it, there are 7 teams, or say 6 teams running in the 38 bar 37 barrier. China is just outside of that.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not a walkover. Canada is also 38.05.
Yeah.
Great Britain 38.08. So they are right there as well. Everybody gets sharper. Everybody will be in tip top shape. So we have to ensure that we put it together because these other teams are not coming to joke. And trust me, I want to see us on that podium.
Mm-hmm,
And I
mm-hmm.
would love for us to be in the middle of that podium.
I think whatever happened in the second curve will determine how we finish in this relay. The third leg, I think, if by the third leg we're not in line with the top people, it can be very serious. It can be serious, very, very serious, because that South African team ain't playing, and South Africa came from behind. We did not finish that relay. We did not even get to the first the final.
Yeah, man. South Africa have a very good team, man.
Very, very good team. They have some youngsters with Simbini that
Mm-hmm.
they are, So it is going to be very interesting. In Paris, we did not win one medal in the relay. The first, I think, in the history of us, not one medal in Paris. This is not like us. This is not like us.
That is true.
Not
Yeah.
one medal we were able to get in Paris.
I don't even want to talk about Paris.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Crucifix is saying, I think Akeem Blake can match up with Coleman and provide more top end and other leg than Akeem could. Okay, okay. It's going to be very interesting to see how the experts or Michael Frater will set up these teams. I mean, he has been there, he has done it, so
Yeah.
he should be able to put it together nicely.
Yeah, man. We're not doubting the coaching staff, you know. It's just that
Yeah.
um to begin with, we want to have a strong team in the first round. We can't go around that. You understand? So because we can't say oh we are rest people because me not think somebody quote unquote underdogs team are gonna rest nobody.
Mm-mm,
God, they
mm-mm,
more reach final, you know.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They more
Yeah.
reach final.
Some countries don't play around when it comes on to relay. They take the relay seriously. They don't joke. Even the mixed relay, some countries don't play with that. It is a big thing for them. It is a big part of their legacy, and they come all out to win it. They don't play around with the relays.
Yeah,
I
man. That's
hope that I hope that we can get there, where we take the relay seriously, because at the end of the day, when you retire, relay medal or whatever the color medal, you have something in your cabinet. So, coach, with that said, overall, when you look at the relays, what are your thoughts? 5 out of 5?
5 out of 5, but I mean it's gonna be difficult for us to get 5 medals, to be honest. The 4x4s, I would say the females have a better chance. Um, and that's 1 out of 3. And then the 4 by, I would say 3 out of 5. I
Three
would
out
say
of
three
five.
out of five.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Which three? That's the question.
2 4x1 and the 4x4 women.
You want to read some comments before we wrap it up?
Yeah, yeah. All right. Crucifix say if your reason for Kishane not on anchor is because Noah can catch him, but you put him on second leg. then you are kind of contradicting yourself. We might thought this now. All right, because of injury concerns, I don't see Kishan running both rounds. Agree, Dean Lewis. Objectivity, it comments them are run quick and fast.
Yes, they
Rest,
are.
I'm gonna go upon the other place. I go all over the set I run fast too. Let me see what me did there. All right. Consciously yours. There's no need to take Akeem off the first leg. If he makes a final of 100, he'd be a beast on the first leg. Rest should not be an issue. We rest people in order to give everyone a chance to eat a food. Marcia Cross said, agree, Dean Lewis. Because of injury concerns, I don't see Kishan running both rounds. Um, I don't think Kishan and Oblique will be running both rounds. If your reason for Kishan not, we read that already. Level the 1-8 wonder. 4 out of 5 we'll miss on the mixed. All right, that's a tough Rudy. New product said if our team, somebody are calling, Let me hear what
Okay.
caller say.
Mm-hmm.
Caller, welcome to the show. You're live. Hello? Hello? Hold on there. Oh, we can't take no call right now, But I've got to turn off everything, My phone did mash up and me never sync it back. So caller, sorry about that.
Sorry about that, caller.
Would I have to turn off everything for sync it. Me just see the light no on, no connect. It not the Bluetooth no connect.
Okay.
Well, I see if me can connect it in the main. You can run through the comments them.
All right. Let's see what's happening for the comments. You read those already. Okay. Deshaun is saying Botswana not running in the 4x4 for men. If our team is Kishin, Oblique, Akeem, and Level, nobody can beat Jamaica. Um, all right. Dean Lewis is saying, I think they should be banned from hosting any world event again. Not sure who that is. New product is saying if the female time is Tia, Tina, Sharika, and Ashanti Moore, Jamaica team, dangerous. It's funny that you said that new product because somebody had said earlier that they think Ashanti Moore would give us a good leg on the back. And I saw her run at the Gibson relay and she really looked good on the back stretch, but she will have the 200 meters. Let me see when the 200-meter final will be. Okay, the 200-meter final will be on day 7, and the relay rounds will be on day 8. Let's see. Yes, and the 4x100-meter heats will be on the day after. So I don't know if Ashanti Moore will get into the relay rounds. So if we're going to rest Shelly Ann and Sharika, who is doubling, Shelly is not doubling, but because of where she is now in her career, someone was suggesting that we rest Shelly and then bring her in for the final. But we still have to ensure that we have a team that can qualify the team for the final in a good place.
All
Not
right,
in the
sorry,
go
HP, we have the caller back online.
Okay, go ahead.
Caller, go ahead. You're live.
Yeah. Good night.
Good
So
night.
with the relay, I remember back to we were talking about with Elaine and with Brian and so on. You have to remember in 2021, Elaine was she run 10.61 in the Olympics, but if you look at it, she was in a 10.5 shape compared to Brianna, which is 10 high nines or 11 or right. So when she accelerated, there's no way. That's why it looks like she actually moved early, but I don't think she had moved early. But her speed and her acceleration with, as I said, just with what you said about with Kishan.
No, well, that could be true, but I rewatch it and I she move early.
Yeah, but if the
I
speed,
remember, you see what HP did that talk say where Otto say him train her because they have
yeah,
Elaine as somebody who's always moving early.
yeah, but also with the speed of the athlete or coach, it's after taking place, you know. So sometimes who is giving the first day, but you have to take that in
Yeah, but
place
again,
also.
if you'd normally make the pigeon steps based off the
Mm,
incoming runner. So if the incoming runner is slower than you can't make a 20-foot step. You have to keep it 15 or 12
mm.
or minimize the length.
Who normally give the steps? The coaches or the athlete decide that? Because someone I thought we
I think most
normally.
times are the coaches and they make adjustment based off what happens in practice.
But I've heard athletes say that sometimes the coach say that, but they know as athletes say the steps needed to adjust it and so on, and
No, but
sometimes the
in
coaches
the
don't want to
cast
adjust
in
it.
stone, if an athlete knows that for go on and them not do it and them they go do
Mm.
foolishness. Then they on them own with that.
Yeah, but what if they adjust, you know, and something happen now, then the coach will blame them, right?
Yeah, that too. But all right, you see for me, if me give an
Yeah,
athlete a marker, right? And them say
yeah.
it now work. Sometimes I don't tell them to adjust it. I put the
Mm.
incoming runner to run from far further, right?
Okay.
And to see if that work. If that doesn't work, I allow them to step more in the zone. Say, for example, 2 steps in the zone. So you pretty much would add
Mm.
on some more to it. Rather than being at the line, you would probably take a few steps inside. So you still would add
Yeah.
on to it, but you don't change it from where it originally is. Because you don't want to put it too far again and then you go run off and then something might
Uh-huh.
happen there. So a whole lot of
Yeah.
dynamics to this thing.
Right. But also the anchor leg too. So we need somebody who anchor who can actually make up ground from people and catch some who can run somebody on if anything in a boss. So I need that too.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I seen this really, the women actually, I would use either Tina or Tia to anchor.
Mm-hmm. That nothing is
Cause
wrong with
right
that
now
either.
they seem like the better athlete in shape wherever can run somebody down.
But again, you still have a match counter or nullify your opponent.
Yes.
Yeah, but
And Tia is
they're gonna have Melissa starting
right. So
earlier, right?
Tia would be the best bet to match up with
To
Melissa
start.
on the
Yeah,
start.
but still Melissa go about 1 meter ahead virgin whenever button change and thing. And that's what them all do. Them when they use Melissa the head from beginning once they have a good change.
Ask the caller
So
where
well
he
I guess
would
you're right with that. So Tia would be the best person to start.
But all right, how would you set up your team?
ask him where he would put
All right,
Shelly
in the
in.
case if they're gonna use, if you know they're gonna use Melissa to start,
Mm-hmm.
I'll use Tia to start.
Mm-hmm.
And um definitely I would use Tina to anchor it. So Shelly on the back stretch and Sharika on the third leg.
You'd give Shelly the longest leg.
All right. So there's ways of milk into it. If Ashanti can be in the relay, I would actually give Ashanti a leg on the relay. I may not even use Shelly on the relay.
Mm.
Because you really have to go by the form of the athlete and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then if Ashanti going to be in a relay, then I would use Ashanti as the third leg and then Sherika on the back stretch.
Okay.
You
All
need
right.
a 200-meter runner to run your third leg. And if
Yeah, we
we
have
got to
always been saying that for real.
yeah, we have to move away from that thing where a lot of times if you watch the US set up the person who are like top three sometimes don't even run in the final. You realize
Cause
that?
they normally use all a Jennifer and
No man,
Dealey
they use the best.
sometime.
Them can pull out. They have hurdlers. They have so many, but them their team is so deep, but them can pull anybody. And
Yeah, yeah.
them can have two relay teams actually. That's how they send. They send like there's like at least 8 person in their relay pool.
Yeah, definitely.
Plus
They
they can
always
also pull.
have
Yeah,
numbers.
they also can pull from the hurdles and stuff like that. But yeah, but it's gonna tough. The pass is gonna have to be really good so we have a chance to win goals. So yeah,
Yeah, because
really.
from what I understand, in the village, you really can't get no practice done.
No, it's hard. And trust me, if I know they're gonna use the 4 member for Star Athletics to run, and you have to look at it. It's the chemistry of the athletes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go back to 2022, I'm gonna tell you, there's no reason why we have the top 3 women in the world for many years and we don't win gold medal and even break the world record. There's just shouldn't be. In 2022, you look at the team of the USUs where it was these athletes actually they were like what two collegiate athletes just come out of college and things like that. And they nobody even placed in the top what, top 3 or top 4 in the 100 meter and stuff like that, or the 200 meter.
Word.
It was
Because
to me it was a
our
disgrace, man.
change, yes, when the change is shaky, we lose a
Yeah,
whole lot of seconds.
I will. Yeah, man.
And in relay,
But I think
once
though
is
2022, the reason why I would never change the lineup 2022 from what we had in Tokyo. You win and win a goal, use the same team and run the same people back.
mm-hmm.
They should never have changed that. And it no matter if who did come fourth and all, them something we have to go with them something. But so who you have to use who are the best people run relay at the time. I
Right.
don't necessarily mean you're not the top 3 are the best relay runner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Word.
That's
Word.
all it's top 3 thing.
According to
Yeah.
HP, you have to stick by the rules still, you know.
No, man, no, no,
No,
no.
man. No, 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 no,
Is it
no.
a rule that World Athletics say you have to name them in the pool? I mean, say you necessarily have to run them in the final.
Exactly.
Yeah, we know
Exactly.
that.
You
Yeah,
can
you
use
necessarily
anybody
mean
on
have
the
to run them in
team.
the final. You run the best team. You want to win the medal, you run the best team.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
who
man.
on
Yeah.
form because all right, look at it. Our trials was over 2 months ago. And most of the athletes from the final, what they run in the final, they haven't shown nowhere near that form since. Except Tia, which Tia was injured, and Tina. Those are only 2 persons show that they're still in the same ship. So we have to look at that and then Ashanti look like she been improving anyway. So you have to run the best people you have at the time. You know, best man. So that's how I see it though. We just hope, as I say, we just have praise the US are gonna mess up in the rail. That's all I can answer. Pray for that.
you know,
Because,
yeah. Where's the all is fear in what?
well, a lot of times that happened, but the one back to 2008, we had a clear chance. We could have even slow down and walk and we exchange the button and win the gold medal in 2008, and then
Yeah.
yeah, it was clear. It was easy. Trust me. They didn't have to do no risky, nothing risky. Easy and would have won in 2008. But yeah, man, at 3 years now, them winning now. So boss, them still are the favorite at 3 years consecutive. Them win the gold medal.
Yeah, we have to go stop them this year for real. And
Yeah, but
from when we hear Coach Wilson saying it, look like the Jamaican coaches them have a vengeance out, you know.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
man, they
a
want it, man.
vengeance out.
So them have to put
If we
the
can't
team
get
together
the,
right way.
if we cannot get the chemistry still enough, because it come down to sometimes but chemistry of the female, whoever run it. So most time is the females we have that issue with the chemistry issue. And most time the man, them, the ego, with the man, it's different. Most time the ego and stuff is with the females. They have to have the chemistry right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I forget the right. I mean, I tell us that when you have 4 women that train together in a one camp, we're going to run that early, boss. Them train together every single day. Just remember that.
Yeah, but the problem is that they train every day, but they never do the relay. Or they do the
Yeah, but
relay
you don't know that,
practices.
coach. Well, we don't know that. You don't know so they don't
Exactly.
practice.
So you are put out a blanket statement too. So me have
No,
to
but me
question
say,
it.
but we don't know.
We're not
But they have
sure.
a chemistry, but you don't say they're not practice. But
So no, because you say
run together then.
chemistry, we're not sure if them are
No, but
practice.
chemistry. Yeah, but if chemistry because
Them
them
used to
practice
each
with
other,
them
yes.
train with each other. Yeah, they used to each other. So and as much as Shakira, the farm, but it's still the same place basically. She there where if you want to say Shelly there or Sharika,
No man,
but the same.
Shelly they there, man.
You think so?
And Sherika they there. Two of them broke down 11 seconds, man.
Yeah, but it's not since 2 months ago. You understand? Not since 2 months ago, boss. So we
Interesting
must
days
know what to
ahead.
do. Then we had to know. So we have to see how it go.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but may I tell her, say, you think if Shakira get the button ahead, they might run on Shakira.
We don't know who are anchor.
I said Kira Lanka.
No, we are talking for Jamaica. We don't know yet.
Well, well, I'm sure go boss, but we just hope so they mess up the button chain like what they used to do. So, but they don't do it
Them
since.
are no
And
female they
apart,
normally
The
mess up.
women
No.
don't get it wrong.
I men them normally
The
mess up. You
yeah,
know.
but the
American
Remember
female
that?
women.
them drop and mess up couple times and then get out still. Remember one year, I think in Tokyo where them have to run by themselves and when qualify and thing like that. Well, when somebody I think impeded them still.
That was
But
real,
they
yeah.
mess up them drop early, but most of them male. But now they that they all new coaches them have in the US thing now.
Mm-hmm.
Different coaches them from what them used to have. Them change the coaches them totally. So we don't know. All right, boss.
Yeah, man.
Let's
Big up
keep the
yourself, man.
program
Good
going,
call.
man.
Good
Good,
points.
Yeah, man. All
All
right.
right, respect.
Yeah.
Interesting days ahead. Interesting days ahead, coach.
Yeah, man. Definitely, we look forward to that. Definitely, we
Yes,
look forward to that. It's gonna be really interesting for you, you know, man. Yeah,
yes.
I can't wait. I make
It
sure I put things together, deal with them I have to deal with. So might not be able to, catch everything live and direct, but let us see.
and I need to thank the person who said Peacock and NBC because I've been watching to see if there's any little ad about their coverage and I haven't seen anything. So now I feel a little bit better, even though I'm not going to be getting the kind of analysis that I like. But so it goes, so it goes. Somebody was saying that they shouldn't replace Shelley with. They don't agree with replacing Shelley with Ashanti. But I agree with what the caller said. The caller said we have to move away from this thing where we think that top four or top three at trials is the best four. We have to think outside of the box. And I said over and over, Alyssa Felix has been a staple on the US 4x1 team throughout her career. And she wasn't a 100 runner for her country.
But look,
She didn't run
yes,
in the 100, and
what
she was a staple on the 4x1 team.
what you
She
think
owned
caused
the
that?
back stretch. She
What
owned
you
the back stretch.
what you think caused that? Because they put things in place. They
Hmm.
put policies in place. We just stick to one thing and we not try to experiment and
Yeah,
we not put
yeah,
teams out there for a run. US can use two teams,
yep. Somebody saying I can get one spot. Natania, I don't think it will be on one spot
Yeah, I
because
think they're advertising it still, from what somebody did say in the comment.
for one spot it will be on one
Yeah,
spot.
yeah.
Okay,
But
okay.
check it out. Don't take a word.
Yeah, cause normally they would send me something to say buy your one spot for World Championship. I know that their championships they don't show on one spot because of I don't know if it has to do with property rights and who own the rights for the broadcast and stuff. So because the Olympics wasn't on it, and as I said, the Olympic Games last year I had to fly to Jamaica to watch the Olympic Games and get all the nice coverage. So let's see, let's see. I'm still looking. I'm still looking. Coach, I'll get $1 million, man. I see you scratching your hand. Ooh, remember me, remember me.
But if you get a million, you don't forget to like pay a million. I say no, me couldn't get some.
Million, we not stop talk about the $1 million. Nathaniel is saying yes, it will be on one spot.
Yeah,
Me.
tough Rudy, so them advertise it. Yeah.
Okay, good. So I need to go and pay for it then. Thank you guys so much for that because I was a little nervous that I won't get to watch the way I want to watch and things. So thank you guys for that update. See, this is why I have to love track and field fans, because they're on top of things.
Yeah, man.
They stay in the know. They stay in the know. So guys, coach,
Somebody said
anything?
somebody said them watch Olympic on one spot, so you
I
probably
was
missed out on that.
You can watch it if you're outside of Jamaica, you won't get it. So I don't know if those people there are in Jamaica. It wasn't on one spot. The Olympic Games wasn't on one spot in my region. last year. And the World Championship before that, Budapest wasn't on one spot in the US. So I guess they've changed now. So thank you guys for that. I'm going to check it out to see. Normally they would send me an email because I'm a one spot subscriber. So normally they would send me an email to buy, but I haven't received anything. So I'm going to Toffee Rudy say HP you don't have TVJ. No, not where I am. Outside. I'm outside of Jamaica, so I don't. I don't. I can't get certain things when they carry certain events. If I have one spot media, which I do have, but sometimes I don't bother renew it because I mostly use it for sports, like for champs and all of those things. Peacock. Okay, fine, but my concern, guys, is that I won't be able to get the analysis from Bruce James and the TVJ panel. I won't be able to get that here, but I'll try and figure out. If I can't figure it out, I'll come back here and cry to you guys. Tuffy Rudy said he's in Florida and he got it. I'm in Florida also, but how do you get it? If it's off the air, tell me off the air. Okay, somebody said I went on One Spot Media and it's not allowing me to in the US. I haven't received. Right, that's the same thing I'm saying to Charm. Because I'm in the US, the championships you don't get them on one spot. You'll get the local track and field meet, you'll get the racers meet, you'll get champs, Gibson, all of those things on one spot, but not the global championships. All right, guys. So I'll definitely check it out, but I haven't received anything from one spot to say they're carrying it. So we will see. So, Coach, where will you be watching from? Don't give away your source here. Tell me off the air. Tell me off the air.
One place me know if watch it on a TVJ.
Don't want them. Don't. No, I did that last year. I can't afford. I couldn't afford this year again to fly down just for that. I did it for the Olympics, but objectivity saying something there. No. All right, all right, all right. Objectivity, you need to talk to me off the air. I see what you just said, and please send it to Coach. I'll let Coach send it to me. Objectivity. All right. Say no more, Toffee Rudy.
Yeah.
Say no more. Say no more. Say no more. You guys have been helpful. Yes, new product. I agree with you. I'm not going to read that, but I agree with you.
Yeah, one I think about 2008.
The work.
I was in NY. Jesus peace, me say me bleach
Yeah, man.
to
Yeah.
watch one something there. No, sir, me can't. Boy.
Yeah, man. It's it depressing. Anytime championship come around, I get sad because this is what I have to go through to find the right to get the right coverage with analysis. It's not just about the races running on the track, but you want to hear data, you want to hear profile of the athlete, you want to hear all of these things.
You see you black Africans.
But what Tuffy saying? Yes, you're right about that, Tuffy Rudy. You have to have the right subscription. Indeed, indeed. I thought I had the right one, but apparently I don't. So, Coach, you need to get that information and forward it to me, please, so I can set up my screen right there in front of me so I can watch along.
Yeah. All
All
right.
right.
So
All right, hold on. Before we go, Tuffy said to read Courtney's comment. Let me go and look for
he
Courtney.
said, I have TVJ because I have a subscription with Apollo TV.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. All right, hold on. All right. Hold on. Let me just put that in my phone so I can go sort it out ASAP. What he said, Apollo TV.
Subscription with Apollo TV, yeah.
All right. Apollo TV. All right, I got that. I'm going to check that out in a little bit. All right, I made note of that. Toffee Rudy, so I'm going to have it checked out so I can watch along and stuff. What's that now? Virgin Small is saying, okay, copy that. Hot TV box. Why these people? Them have the thing all covered, coach. What's that? Hot. Coach, you can start wrapping up now, but I just want to get.
No, yeah, wait for you if you get the
Okay, okay.
information.
Yeah, I got it.
Finish now? Okay.
Yeah, man. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
So
Thank you very
people,
much.
big up on yourself. It was what, 5 days of
Four episodes.
4 episode, yeah,
Yeah,
of wonderful link up with HP and Coach's Desk. And we had
indeed.
track track talk net
Mhm.
on Thursday.
On
So big
Thursday.
up those people as well. Big up everybody who stopped by. Big up on yourself. And we're looking forward to the clash of words once it is respectable come when the 100 and 100 finals. We know now go the US people them are gonna come at we and we are gonna go at them. But how it go? May the best person win. You see me? That's how it going on. We are gonna have banter and all of these things. We don't know who are gonna laugh off of who, but
And
so,
those races will be on day 2
yeah,
at 9 a.m. my time, 8 a.m.
8
if
a.m.
you're in
Jamaica time.
Jamaica. So of
Boy,
course we have to wake up and hang out with each
everybody are
other.
gonna work are
Yeah.
on their way to work. So people
Well,
are gonna have up them one spot on their phone
yeah.
or something or watch. You see me?
Well, I
But
think that will be Saturday. That will be Saturday
what would be
morning
Saturday?
for us, or Sunday morning.
What would be Saturday?
The 100-meter finals is day 2. Will that be Saturday or Sunday? Let me see. I think that will be Saturday for us, the 14th. No, that will be Sunday morning for us. Remember, they're 14 hours ahead, so it kind of very confusing. But guys, you have to wake up and come hang out with us while we watch and chat. Remember to come with your coffee or your tea or your porridge or your pasta, whatever you eat. Come join us and hang out with us as we talk about these events and watch together. Right, right. Sunday morning, it will be 9 a.m. my time, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock in Jamaica a.m. All a.m. So, guys, make sure when I get up, make the breakfast early. Come with your tea, your coffee, your beer, whatever you drink. I know what will be in my cup.
All right, people. I am signing out over and out. Big up everybody again. If you have not yet subscribed to HP, do so. She has been having some great interviews with some great people on her channel, so check it out. And if you're new to this channel as well, Coach's Desk TV, please subscribe as well. Like the video on the way out, share the content, tell a friend to tell a friend about us. Big up on yourself, stay safe. Until next time, peace.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for having me. It's been 4 episodes. You know, I enjoy the whole thing, and of course, you guys are so knowledgeable about the sport, and I love that. And very festive in the chat. So thank you very much, Africa, Europe, Asia, Antarctica, North America, South America, wherever in the world you are. Big up yourself, and we will be back here, but in another few days, chatting and eating and laughing and talking about the excitement, Quinella, the Jamaica Quinella in the men's 100 meters. But guys, have a great week and we will see you in a few days. What is that comment saying? What is Courtney Williams saying? Um, Objectivity is saying beer at 9 a.m. Objectivity, leave it. I'm not going to say what will be in my cup at 9 a.m., but you guys will see it in my behavior. But guys, take care and see you soon. And thank you very much for the information on how I can stream. Thank you guys very much. Big up on yourself. Thank you.
Jamaica's track and field legacy is unmatched. It it is a story of triumph, resilience, and extraordinary talent. But do you know the stories behind the athletes who brought us glory? Hi, I'm HP, founder of HP Chat Track. My mission is simple: to celebrate the rich legacy of Jamaica track and field and shine a light on the incredible people who make it happen. Winning that race was a dream come true, but the journey wasn't easy. It's not just about medals, it's about inspiring the next generation. Jamaica track and field isn't just a sport, it's our pride, our culture, our heart. Every week I sit down with athletes, coaches and fans to bring you stories of dedication, passion and legacy. Plus, we've got exciting news and exclusive insights into the world of track and field. Make your Thursday night be at HP's place. Come hang out with us at HP Chat Track.